Anna. Today we are working outside, and I don't usually think to record some of the extras that we do around here, but we are going to do this together today. So I have power washed this swim dock, and now I'm going to go through and stain it. It is a long process, but it definitely needed to be done. The boards were really weathered, and I should have taken pictures before, but it's kind of one of those things, it's just a job, so you just do it and you're taking care of it. But then, like I said, somebody had told me, why don't you record it and show somebody how that's done in case they're interested in it. So here it is, if you're interested in staining or, you know, redoing something that was weathered and needs to be redone. All right, well, hang tight and we're gonna get to staining. Okay, I always start with the most difficult things first. That way when you get to the end, it's a little bit smoother, but we're gonna start by doing all of the edges and the poles and the outside of them, where we're gonna have to hang over the side and get them. But that's where we're gonna start. And then when we finish up, we'll just have the flat boards going all the way through, which sounds simpler than it really is, because when you're staining, you can't miss a single spot, and we are going to have to go through and put the paintbrush in between each and every crack that's on this deck. I'm back, and it's the next day because we worked well until dark last night. And I say we because my husband showed up as an extra set of helping hands and basically helped speed up the process by hours. I did a similar project to this about 2.5 weeks ago, and it took me 8 hours to stain that. It was very similar, and there were posts and benches and a place to kind of set your fishing things. But this one, it took us 3 hours at the beginning, and he didn't show up till maybe an hour into it. So that took us to do all the trim out and the little edges and all of that. and then I was done for the night. I thought that was my goal, but he wanted to finish the job, so we came on back out and finished everything, which was basically just the boards on the floor, and that took us about an hour to an hour and 15 minutes, I think, maybe an hour and a half. I didn't keep exact time, but just to give you an idea if you want to do this project. And then another thing I thought you might be interested in was what stain we used and what kind of tools. So this was the stain that we used for this particular project. It's a Sherwin-Williams project, and it's product, and it's semi-transparent. This is the first time I've used a semi-transparent stain, and I think it turned out really nice. So it's tinted, semi-transparent, and the color is called Gray Pine, if you're interested in that. Some of the other things we used was, I had these foam rollers, and it's, when you go to buy your roller covers, you want to make sure that this one says all paints and stains right here on the front. You are very capable of going into whatever store, hardware store, and finding those. So we had those, and then also I have thrown them all away. I'm sorry I didn't keep them, but the cover for this, the same thing. Just read on the package what it is for, make sure it works for stains, and then the type of surface that you have. Another product that you will need is just a simple, and they'll give you these at the store, but make sure you get this. This is what opens the can. You probably already know this, but some people don't. So you use this and it opens the paint can for you. And with stain, you want to stir gently. You don't want a lot of air bubbles forming in it. The other thing I had on hand was just a rag for any edges that I might have got it on, any surface that wasn't supposed to have the stain on it. So I've told you about how long it was. I told you the stain that we used, some of the products that we used, and I think that was all that I wanted to tell you about that project. It cut my time in half by having another person help, because when you're using stain, you can't miss any spots, and going through these boards, there's a crack to every one. Oh, that was a product I forgot to show you. We had a paintbrush, and that way we just kept the can and had the paintbrush dipping right in there and going through the cracks. And the other item I had, a disposable tray to pour the paint in, so I could put the roller in there. And I also had a extension pole to use on the end of this for when I was doing the floor. So thanks for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I try to do some helpful tips or recipes or different things that might inspire or help you. That is it for this project. So I will see you next time.